Well, I'm out here mowing the lawn today. It's Wednesday, but it's a really nice day. Usually I wait till Saturday, and I'll probably mow it again on Saturday if the leaves get pretty bad. But anyway, I thought, well, it looks pretty nice. Then I told myself, I thought to myself that I should have taken a video of it before I started doing it, because then I could do like a little before and after. So here's the after. Anyway, kind of got mad at myself. I told myself, self, you should have reminded me of doing this before I started. So anyway, here's a part that I haven't done yet. Kind of gives you an idea of what it looked like before I started and how it went from that to that. Ha! See, I got a picture of after on this part. How about that? Well, I'm finally done mowing the lawn. While I was mowing it, I almost ran over a hornet, but, you know, he got away. They're all over the place around here. Before you say it, I know what you're thinking. Hey, hornets are people too. Yeah, even though I know that, it's like part of me was thinking it would, you know, get that hornet back for all the other hornets that got me in the past years. What's funny is a few seconds ago, as I got done taping that, hornet buzzed me. It's like he knew what I was saying. I just mowed this area 4 days ago on Saturday, and look at it. It's like, doesn't take any time at all. Probably should have came back here and got this too, but the sun's going down, so I figure it's nice tomorrow, I'll get that part. Check out this deer sitting out in the middle of my field out there, acting like he owns the place or something. Sometimes I walk up, if you saw an earlier video I did, they walk up to my windows and look in at me like I'm some kind of animal at the zoo to them or something. I wasn't gonna walk over there, but I knew he'd get up or she would get up and run off. In some of my earlier videos, I go over my past growing up. I have one video where I walked through with, well, a couple times with my brother, a couple of times by myself, where I walked through the neighborhood I grew up in White Center. It was called The Projects. So it's pretty much everything you'd think a place called The Projects would entail. Then my family moved to Redmond, which actually was one of the happiest days of my life. I can still remember it vividly. Here's a picture of me in 7th grade there, a couple years after we moved there. My wife says I look like a girl. Oh yeah, and before I forget, here's a baby picture of me. And here's another one with my dad who's holding me. I think I was just a couple months old or something maybe. Well, in '79 I went into the Air Force for 4 years. I was on a missile base, so I had to have top security clearance. And every time you went out to a missile silo, you had to be, even though they knew you and saw you every day, the protocol was, and of course you could understand because it's a nuclear weapon, but the protocol was that, you know, they had to check all your stuff. They had all these lights on you, they'd frisk you, and the dogs would be there barking at you and everything. It was kind of like you were a escaped prisoner they just caught or something. But anyway, the Air Force wasn't too bad. I just decided not to stay in. I also got married while I was in there, and I was only 20 years old, and you can imagine how that turned out. Pretty much like you would expect. Somebody got married at 20 years old. And I know people a long time ago used to get married when they were really young, but, you know, it's pretty difficult, even in the past 40 years or so, to get married at that age. especially as a guy. Anyway, I ended up over the years having 6 kids, all of them fairly close in age. They're all grown up now. In fact, I have 7 grandchildren, maybe 8. I think it's 7. Anyway, I kind of lose track. Anyway, I worked a lot over the last several decades. First job I had other than mowing lawns as a little kid and stuff. First full-time job I had was at 15. And I worked again at 16, 17, 18, and on, pretty much till this time. I have noticed one thing about the economy, despite the job numbers that they talk about, is that at least in this area, it seems to be harder to find a good full-time job. I do want to work. I need to, save up, I think, more money. Even though I have enough money, I've prepared for worst-case scenario. So I have enough money where really I don't ever have to work again. But, with the way things are going economically, I think it's just wise to try and put yourself in the best situation. Yeah, but in the end, you just keep doing what you can, and you just rest in God and His provision in your life. At least that's how I feel about things. That deer is still over there. It's either grazing on the grass or some flowers. We have dandelions growing over there. Obviously, it can hear me, even though I'm actually probably about 60 yards away. I'm just zoomed in on her. I don't know where her 2 little ones are, unless this is a different deer. It's usually her, and then she has 2 little ones that follow her around everywhere. But anyway, that's what you see out here. There's a lot of wildlife. I spotted one of them. That's one of the little ones, sitting there relaxing, waiting. Anyway, I just wanted to drop this short video, and thank you for visiting me today. And I will get with you again, I'm sure, in the next couple of days, with the weekend coming up, on Adventures of Big A and Kathy. Thanks for joining me.